A wonderful warm welcome from my side and actually from our side. We're back here on Devtoberfest stage and it's really exciting for me. It's a pleasure to be here again. My name is Jasmin and again, like last year, I'm with Sebastian.
Yeah, thank you, Jasmin. And I'm really excited today to show you, right, what we have for Joule for developers in ABAP AI capabilities, right? So I hope that you have already seen our last Oktoberfest session last year, but stay here with us because we come with more news today.
Yeah, as you said it, we were here with our dear friend SAP Joule for developer ABAP AI capabilities last year. And today, again, we would like to talk about it. And before we dive deep into the topics, the technical topics, I would like to get one step back like last year and talk about what actually, no, don't spoil it yet.
I'm sorry.
So I would like to say what we would like to talk about today. Before that, going a little bit into private life because we would like to talk about boosting developer satisfaction and developer efficiency as well. And typically when I start a presentation, I'm asking myself what exactly would that mean for a normal person and not an ABAP developer. And I was thinking about that, and I came actually to the situation a couple of years back, and it was still the old times where the natural sharing between two humans was. I was on a road trip with a friend of mine. Actually, we were going to South France, and we were sharing the classical way. He was doing the driving, the camper driving, and I was reading the map. And that after all that journeys, we were still friends and we came actually home safely. That really meant a lot for me. What would have really boosted my efficiency back then would have been a GPS, a navigation system, right? Because of course we were going all the way, and I was pretty sure the map was right, but I was pretty not the map reader. Still now, the GPS is my lifesaver when I need to be at a certain point in time, at a certain place. Well, not talking about Heise today, I'm a physicist, you might have guessed by now. It is, of course, helping me out with that. On the other hand, GPS might have a malfunction or might be hallucinating. For example, a couple of weeks back, I was on the Autobahn driving 150 kilometers per hour, and this is allowed in Germany on the Autobahn.
It's slow for Germany, I will say.
It gets for me with the kids, it was okay. The problem was GPS was insisting I was on the woodway. I was directly driving through the forest, and I swear it was not the case. It was telling me I was too fast and I need to turn around, which is also not a good idea on the Autobahn. And what I want to say, I am the driver in that situation. And it will be the same when we talk about Joule for ABAP and Joule for developers, ABAP AI capabilities. At the end, I am on the driver's seat and I am driving, and that thing is helping me out, but it's not taking over neither my responsibilities nor it's taking over my job. So at the end, I'm the one driving, and it's my responsibility to do it correctly.
Yes.
With that,
And with that, I think it was a great introduction now, but now let's go to the agenda. So what do we have for today, right? So for today we are gonna start with a big picture overview of SAP Joule for developers, because SAP Joule for developers is not only for ABAP but also for our build portfolio. Then we're gonna go through our ABAP use cases using generative AI. So we're gonna do like a little recap from the Oktoberfest session last year, but also with the latest news, of course. And then we have some good news for you. We're gonna talk about licensing. So there are some good news. I don't want to spoil you right now. We're gonna come back later to that. And of course, we have prepared for you a live demo. So maybe let's start with the first point about, let's take one step back, right, and to talk about SAP Joule for developers. As I say, it's not only for ABAP, it's not only for ADT, but Joule for developers is a unified solution, right, across our SAP build portfolio. That includes SAP Build Code in Business Application Studio, for example, SAP Build Process Automation, and SAP Build Apps. But as you know, our focus today is on ABAP environment. That's
yes.
where is our expertise here. So, and for the others one, of course, there are another doctoral sessions that you can also check out for the other products in the SAP Build portfolio.
So all of them are really focusing on how can you improve the life of the specific developer in the specific language or in the specific environment. And since we are ABAP developers or ABAP developers at heart, and we are take care about the ABAP ecosystem, we focus on ABAP as a language, and that's where we specify now to SAP Joule for Developer ABAP AI capabilities.
Exactly. So, as I say, as a little recap, I want to talk about a little bit more about our use cases from the ABAP perspective. And of course, nothing has changed because our strategy is still the same, right? We have three main use cases here. One is Empower. That is where we have provided the ABAP AI SDK powered by Intelligent Scenario Lifecycle Management, ISLM. So that is the ABAP client for generative AI hub in SAP AI Core. We're going to show you a demo about it, of course. Then we have Accelerate, right? So where Joule for developer comes into play. In this case, is completely fully integrated in the ABAP development tools, right? And then we have Transform, right? We want to help you in your journey, in your cloud transformation journey from ECC to S/4HANA, and then in a clean core Nava cloud compliant way. And maybe Jasmin, you can start talking a little bit from right to left, right? Start with the Transform use case.
Exactly. So we will not go from the left to right, from Empower via Accelerate to Transform, but we would like to start from the Transform perspective. And actually, why do we do so, or what is the purpose of doing so? So thinking about an ABAP developer, and currently you're not inside a latest greatest S/4HANA public cloud system or in a latest greatest BTP ABAP environment system, and you're just starting greenfield, but your developer task at hand is you have previously existing, maybe old custom coding, maybe something you are not even aware of when it has been created because it's been created by somebody else, somebody a decade ago. And the first thing you typically would like to do is to understand what actually this code is doing. That is typically the first step. The journey you're on and the thing you would like to do is you would like to become clean core compliant. You would like to go future proof. You would like to be in the ABAP cloud development model to be future proof and with your business application services or alike. So you understand first what's actually there. And then you run typically ABAP test cockpit runs to see, hey, is there anything that I need to change in order to become cloud ready, to become S/4HANA ready? And then you have typically a bunch of findings there. So you could go and start reading all the SAP note attached to that, but it would of course be easier to read documentation and chat actually with the documentation. And of course, once you understand or what you see, okay, there is an issue in becoming cloud ready, then of course also you would like to have proposals how to adopt that. And all that is under the umbrella of CCM, we call it, custom code migration topics. And we unfortunately will not have the time of showcasing you a demo for that, but the good thing is our colleagues, Thomas and Olga, they will actually also have a DevToberfest session. So please make sure to join that in case you're interested in the demos, in more information about that, and where actually you can dive into that.
Yeah, sounds good. So maybe now we can move to the next use case, right? Is the Accelerate one, and that's what we have released since last year, right? That's here you can see all the features released since 2502, so since our last October 1st session, right? So here we have the Copilot, the predicted code completion, the code explanation for ABAP and CDS. Now we have new features like we would like to showcase today. Like for example, the cloud application generation. So Jasmin is gonna take the driver's seat. in this case, and then we had the repetitive business logic, right, where we can implement determinations and validation using the RAP framework in more like a automatic way in this case. And of course, just to clarify here, Joule for developers is not only for the ABAP development tools for our code editor, but also in terms for the key users, right? In this case for the public cloud. That's why our colleagues they did a great job here, and they have delivered the extensibility assistance. And today we're gonna also showcase the extensibility assistant from the perspective of the key user in public cloud.
And the good thing today is that we do not have the lab preview sticker on it, like last DevToberfest when we showed it, but this time this is really live.
It's really live,
And you
trust
can,
me, yeah.
and you could use it yourself, but we will come to that later on.
Yeah.
But let's see Extensibility AI in action.
Yeah, maybe let's start with extensibility in action. So maybe I want to use the opportunity to say thanks to our colleagues, so that they have released a blog post. We're going to share these slides with you where you can check more information about it. So let me go to my system. So I'm going to reload just to check if I'm logged in, right? And if you can see here in the custom field apps in a public cloud system, right? Let's say now I'm playing the role of the key user. When I get a new business requirement, right, that I want to extend the customer material Fury app with a new UI field, right? So here I have all the information about this customer material app in the Fury app library. But okay, and I want to start, how to extend this out with a new field. So if I go to the normal create without Joule, I would say, I will have some challenges here because first, I need to know the business context for this app, right? Because I don't know which object or which data services should I extend, right? And if I click here, there are like more than 400 ones. So it's quite hard for me to check this business context, right? On which one is the correct one. So that's why that's the motivation where Joule comes into play here, right? Because now thanks to the extensibility assistant, we can click here to open the system and ask directly the question, right? Maybe we can do that. So Jasmin taught me today how to use Mackie. So this is for Mac. So I'm gonna do this, how can I extend a customer material UI with a new field, right? And I'm gonna click here on enter. So, and let's see what it comes up, right? So now Julie is thinking,
What is he thinking about?
I don't know, there's so many proposals here, I think.
It's reading these 400 entries, right?
Yeah.
And tries to help you.
Tries to help me and try to find the best option too as well. So we are looking at our other screen. So let's see.
It's really taking long.
Should I refresh this?
Ooh.
Oh, here we
There
go.
you go.
And here we see that the best option is this one. And maybe if I check the documentation, let's open this. Is this data service? Okay, now we are, that's my app, right? That's what I really wanted to extend. And say, okay, perfect. So now, of course, it offers another option, but for my use case, the first one is relevant for me, right? And from here, we can basically select, right, the data source. And now, if we click select, now then we can start to create our custom field, right? So let's thinking again.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's already a little bit late in Germany.
It's a
that's
little bit
why.
late in Germany right now.
A bit of time.
And here we go. So here he gave us like an idea what we want to do, like, okay, new customer material field, UI, okay, we can click and accept. So, but maybe let's change the label, customer priority, and then we can add some code lists like so we had three different priorities, like, and the description is high, medium, and low. And now if I click create, we have already the custom field, right? And then we can use, we can go to the customer material app and then extend this application using the UI adaptation, for example, and adding this field, right? So yeah, and that's the cool thing is it does not only work for the custom field app, but also for the custom logic. For example, if we need to find a body or another examples, we can use this assistant, the custom fields app and the custom logic. But for more details, I think York made a really good job in the blog, and
Yes.
there you can find more information about it.
Exactly. So it's stated like it's the Extensibility AI assist right next to you, the helper, when you need a further assistant. And actually, I would need as well further assistant because I'm also not a key user expert, I would say. So thanks to the colleagues who gave us here this tool.
Yes. Maybe now let's change the role here. So now
Yes.
Jasmin will take the role of the ABAP Pro developer in ABAP development tool. So just to show you the other capabilities, right? That we have.
Exactly. That's a little bit more how I feel comfortable. So we will switch into the ABAP development tools actually. I'm just closing, no, I'm not closing it. So let me go into the ABAP development tools. That's where most of our Joule for ABAP developer AI capabilities are located actually. And please do not look too carefully here in the code, because what I would like to show you is what we have also actually showcased a couple of times, or you might have stumbled already about. It's kind of a recap. Nonetheless, it's impressive. So we would like to showcase it again. And since it's live since 2505 in Steampunk, and that's really something we would like to share with you. For those of you who might have already had the opportunity of building an ABAP RAP application, you might know how much effort that actually is. Building up a RAP BO from scratch. How relieving would it feel to just enter a user prompt and actually the AI assistant is doing the rest for you? And that's actually what I would like to show you. I have an intent. I would like to have an application, a UI application, and I would like to build it from scratch. So I have here, and I can update that here. So I have an empty, an empty package actually created here. And I'm not using the Joule down here, but I'm using generate ABAP repository objects. And that's the only time where we will not directly ask Joule. Okay, so here are a couple of options. That's standard generator framework, standard generator options, and I'm picking OData UI service from scratch actually. So that does not look like AI right now, but that will come in a second. And here you already see it. Joule is kicking into action. It's proposing here. It's telling me what it could actually do. So instead of adding all the required information here, I'm just using a prompt here. So I would like to create a transactional application for travel management, actually. I would like to create an entity travel, which is based on a predefined structure. And the second entity is booking for me. And I would like to create everything with a prefix Devtoberfest, actually. What's happening right now? I gave my user prompt, and now Joule is thinking again. So my prompt is via the Joule for ABAP, Joule for Developer ABAP AI capabilities sent to SAP AI Core, where actually the magic happens, the creative magic happens. So it presents me actually something it would like to create, a business object with two entities with the corresponding fields, and will just accept it, and generator will put that in here. And we will see that actually it's been creating here two entities with a lot of fields, because I had that predefined structure already in there. And now you can proceed and add more fields and so on and so forth. But I am not the deep down developer right now. I would like to continue talking to that thing. Can you please add a field? And actually what I would like to do in the city I'm traveling to, I would like to do sightseeing. So I would like to have sightseeing tips based on data type DMO description to entity travel. So again, the AI is helping me out the thinking of what actually it needs to be doing, and it will come hopefully back with a proposal for me. And actually it's putting that field, refreshing, and you can see now I have this new field here, exactly sightseeing tips. Now I could proceed. And actually, that is no longer AI in action. That's what really is been doing by the generator framework. So you see, that are all the artifacts that are going to be created by the generator, which previously I would have done on my own. Or of course, there are other options as well. So there are helpers there as well. But now I was really doing it from scratch with just a prompt. I click next. This is, of course, standard ABAP, so I could transport it. Here it is a local object, and I will create finish. And that's when, in the background, the artifacts are actually created using the Xcode library and so on and so forth. And we will not wait until it is there. It will be finishing and telling me that the service binding has actually been created. We will see the pop-up in a second. But because we do not want to wait, actually, we have prepared something. So please take it over and say, what else can we do?
Yes, maybe let's imagine for a moment, okay, Jasmin has already generated the app, right? And now we can start building on top, right? Leveraging the other AI capabilities, right? But you know, Jasmin, in the last step, she added a new field, the six scientists. So we want to create a new entity. Where do you want to go? Like, for example, to a given city. And then we want to basically add a determination, right, in our application to call another method that we have in a helper class, and then to set the six scientists based on the given city, right? So and that's what I have already prepared here. So let me go to the behavior definition. Maybe here. So here I have implemented, I have defined, sorry, a determination, right? And then if we go to the maybe I'm gonna, because I cannot, because of the recording here.
Now you said it. Now everybody knows that we are not live.
We are not like, so
Yeah. Now the generator was finished.
should I cancel, right?
You can, no, open it.
Okay, we
Say
can
it,
open
because it was really created, right? So it was taken over the context from you.
So
So that was actually the background job
the
finished.
background show, yes.
It takes long.
And here you see here in the this package, if we refresh this package, you can see all the generated artifacts, right? And here you can see the service binding, and if you click on publish, then the Fury element will be available.
And now
process.
all the attendees can also see that we cheated a little bit, because in that created package we have 22 artifacts,
Yes,
while in the prepared one we have already 26.
exactly. So
So a couple of things we already prepared for you, but let's dive into it.
yeah, let's sorry, let's come back to this. Sorry, it's like an ad hoc thing coming up. But here, yeah, as I say, here we have this determination. And if I go to the implementation class, so we would like to implement this determination, right? So yeah, I have a few options. First, I can press enter and maybe predict the code completion will try, to suggest the next lines of code. But of course, AI cannot read my mind here.
Yeah, but it looks already a little bit like
It looks a little bit ABAP, right? But that's why I would like to show you one of the other capabilities that we have released with 2505. That's the predict RAD business logic, right? So from here, we can, with a simple quick fix, we can call the predict wrap business logic, for example, and then we can enter a method description. What do we want to achieve to implement this determination here? So I'm gonna check Maki again here. It's just getting used. Um, here. And here I say, okay, we have already a helper class where we have all the methods, right? That these methods are being consumed in other business objects in our application. Please read the 6 IN tips that Jasmin has already created in the travel entity, for example, and then check if the 6 IN tips is empty, and then we're gonna call our method in our helper class that is called get 6 IN tips. And yeah, and then we are gonna update the tips that is coming from this method. So if I press run, so now sure it's gonna try to implement the whole determination, and here we go. So that was pretty fast. So and we see now, of course, as a developer, we have to always double check the code, and here we see that we read the corresponding fields, and then we check if the field is empty or is initial, sorry, and then we see that it's calling already our he has instantiated our helper class, and then it's calling the corresponding method that we have described in the method description, right? So now if we go to our Fiori element app, so let's go back to our app here. So where is it? So let's see. So I'm gonna refresh the app just to, no, that's Zoom, sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, we can. So just to check if everything's working. So I'm gonna create a new entity. So maybe from today until, I don't know, 2 weeks vacation. Of course, I'm from Buenos Aires, so I have to visit again the family again. So let's see that we go to Buenos Aires, and then press on continue. But I think now we have error here because we don't see any 6 IN tips. So maybe let's come back to our code editor, right? And then let's navigate to this method, right? The get 6 IN tips. So let's navigate to the implementation of the method in our helper class. And here we go. It has not been implemented.
Exactly. So I would ask you now where to go and where to do sightseeing in Buenos Aires, because you actually know it. You do not need sightseeing tips. We would like to show you something in addition right now, and that's why we chose actually that demo. Sebastian showed you how to use a prompt in order to get the determination implemented. I will use a different feature now, again, the plain code completion. But what I will do is actually, again, switching the hat, I will now show you what you as a customer or partner could be using in order to infuse AI into such an application. We have created that Rabio, the Fiori application from scratch. And actually, that application has been built using AI capabilities, but it actually has no AI capabilities yet in there. We will change that picture now. We have created already in the system a customer managed AI core connection. That has been done already by the system administrator. Thanks for that, system administrator. Which is, of course, also described in the documentation, but we will not be doing that right now. We will just concentrate on implementing the logic that you need in order to infuse AI into such an application. So I have already prepared that, and what you actually see is that here is nothing. That is because I set that to nothing, to empty string. I will be using a system prompt actually. So you are support for sightseeing tips for a given city, and you summarize the most important things to do in that city. That's actually the system prompt. And the other part of the prompting is, of course, you will need to know where actually we would like to go, or Sebastian would like to go, the end user would like to go. So that is the user prompt, pretty simple. And that's actually the city he, she might be going to. The rest is not yet implemented. So we will use the ABAP AI SDK powered by Intelligent Scenario Lifecycle Management. And instead of using the method you just chose in opening a separate window and telling the user prompt, I've been putting the user prompt in form, or my user prompt, in order to use the predictive code completion right now in form of comments directly into the coding. And that will help predictive code completion to go the direction where I would like to go. Typically, that's not that perfect, so I will start saying I would like to have it as a final implementation. And now let's get code completion, getting it ready. That's not perfect, but I know how to adopt it actually, because I would like to use the completion API. And I know how to do that. That is, I now have a actually get an instance, and you see here, that is a custom intelligent scenario. So something you bring with you and not SAP provided as SAP managed. And the method, actually the LLMs to use, you define in that intelligent scenario that's been pre-configured, predefined for you.
Yeah, and you can create these intelligent scenarios in ADT also.
Exactly.
With their corresponding model.
Exactly.
Or your chosen, yeah.
But that's only having a method not yet to talk to the LLM. That's what we would like to go next. So I would need to have a message container actually, and I will go that step by step. First, I need to have a vehicle to talk to the LLM, but then I actually did not talk yet to it. So I will add the system prompt that it knows what actually it has to do. I will add the user prompt as well in order that it knows to pick up the city. And that city is actually what you have just created for me, right? So
Yeah,
with a
exactly.
determination, you hand over the city information to me. That's the important parameter here for get sightseeing tips. And last but not least, hey, dear LLM, please get me the answer back. And let me activate that. Thanks to predictive code completion, who gave me actually the coding. Let's go back, discard a draft.
Maybe we can refresh also the app. No? Okay.
Let's just try it.
Let's just try it.
Okay.
I like that approach.
Now, I also would like to go to Buenos Aires. Actually, it also works if go to Paris or anything. I will go on Sunday, and I will even go for 1 month. And I will go to Buenos Aires. Did I mistyped it? I am so sorry.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Yes, yeah, no.
Don't blame on me.
No, it's fine.
Never happened, sorry.
It's all good.
Okay. And now continue. And now you see that actually sightseeing tips have been given, and I'm looking on you. Are those the right sightseeing tips?
Either they're the really good ones, sightseeing tips to what to do in Buenos Aires, especially the number 2 where my favorite football club is there. So I think it works perfectly good. Also, from the determination, calling our helper method in the other ABAP class, and then you call the ABAP AI SDK.
What we have not shown are the other very good features like unit test creation for ABAP classes, CDS use, all that stuff. Please make sure to visit our last year's session. They are, of course, improved since then, but from a getting to know it, I would say go back to our last year's session and have a glimpse into it. Let me shortly pick up the presentation again because I would like to have the here. So here you see again the feature list. You presented that already, and what we showed in the last step is the empower. So I was bringing my custom LLM with me or my custom AI core instance with me with a custom managed using the ABAP AI SDK to infuse AI into that existing application or the application you have been building. Yes, I would say go back to our last year's session to learn more about that.
Yes.
But what I really would like to say is 3 words, try this out. And how can you do so?
So for the ABAP AI, sorry, now let's talk about the licensing part.
Exactly.
So thank you, I didn't have it. So yeah, also we have that's why I said in the beginning I didn't want to spoil you, right? And now we have some good news here because we have extended our free promotion period for SAP Joule for developers. So this subscription is free for charge until September 2025 next year. So we have already prepared two, we call it material numbers, one for customers, another one for partners, right? So please go ahead and try to get Joule for developer and start trying out in your environment, like the environment are listed here. If you have BTP ABA environment, S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition, and for private edition will come with 2025, where the release is now in October. Of course, we have heard your feedback in the since February, right? The other one question we always get, okay, what about the lower releases of private cloud? And we have some news to here because we would like to offer as a service, right, where you can use it as well in the lower releases of private cloud. And that is a huge advantage because it's not it's independent for the release cycles of private cloud, for example, so we can deliver AI features faster and we don't have to wait until the next release.
Yes, and we have to say stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for TechEd. And also, I will recommend you to read the blog post of Alexander Rota that he has already published. So, for ABAP AI, for the ABAP AI SDK powered by intelligent scenario lifecycle, there is no separate license from the ABAP perspective. So the entire licensing and pricing is according to the AI core service. So you only need this AI core service on one of these environments that you can see in the screen. The difference is that you can use the ABAP AI SDK in lower releases of private cloud, even for on-prem. And that's why we have prepared here this SAP node and how to downpour in order that you can start using the ABAP AI SDK.
And with that, I would like to thank you for joining me here on stage. I like to thank you for being here with us. And in the backstage, I would like to say thank you to Carl, who will be answering questions with us in the live chat that you will experience when you watch this. And with that, stay tuned for other Devtoberfest sessions. Be with our colleagues. Make sure to go for the CCM, CCM demo by Thomas and Olga for their Devtoberfest session. And enjoy.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
thank you a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.